So is that what they're following? Because that's a Japanese way.
Yes, there's aspects in the service they have.
Or is flaring very popular in Vladivostok?
It's about the same as London, if that makes sense. About 75% of the nightclubs you go to flare, 25% don't. Every bar has a flare bartender, but it depends on when you go if you will see the flare.
Do you know any Russian flare bartenders?
Not by name. I only know the guys that I have done training with who are progressing through the flare, who I've forwarded to the FBA, or Flare Bartenders Association, which is still, I'm not sure if you're aware of the FBA, but it's Eastern Russia is still kind of unheard of over there.
Okay, so Eastern Russia, do they follow any trends coming from Moscow, or do they take Moscow as a place, as an example?
Neither, to be completely honest.
Why?
From what I have seen, Moscow is a completely different world to Vladivostok. The bars there, they have their own, it's like their own universe. We have different products. The service is kind of mixed. It's Japanese, Chinese service. Some things are similar to Moscow, where you have the button to call them, that you're not waited on 100% of the time. But some places you go into the place, you don't go to the bar, you sit down and their waitresses come to you. And that's a bar. It's not very popular to go and literally watch the bar in Vladivostok.
Okay, but what do people think about Moscow in Vladivostok?
Bartenders I've talked to think differently to the customers. The customers like Moscow, but it's like going on holiday. They go to Moscow for a week, 10 days, sometimes a month. The bartenders see it as a competition from a different country. They're impressed, but at the same point, they're impressed with kind of envy and competition sort of style.
Okay.
If you understand that.
Yeah. How long are you going to stay there, or when are you going to be there?
I'm coming back to Russia. Hopefully the second or third week of August. The latest is September. I'm going to be here.
Okay. So flair there is just like London. There is also mixologists, and mixology and classics very much.
Yeah.
What is the most popular cocktail there?
In Bournemouth or Vladivostok?
In Vladivostok.
In Vladivostok, most popular cocktail I've seen, you've got the Long Island iced tea that's made with slightly different spirits. They use 3 white spirits and 2 dark spirits. Cosmopolitan's quite influential. Everywhere you go, you've got the Long Island iced tea, Cosmopolitan on the menu. And then you have the so-so drink, which I've never seen anywhere before. It's something I think one of the bartenders came up with, and it's kind of caught on to all the bars and nightclubs around the area. It's a very, very, very popular drink.
Okay. How about molecular mixology? Is there something known on that side?
Not so much. There's a few bartenders who know, but when it comes down to proper mixology or molecular mixology, it's still kind of untapped area, if that makes sense. It's not recognised to the depth it is. In Vladivostok, there's a lot of free pouring.
Lots of free pouring. Okay. Yeah. Is there who is the king of cocktails in Vladivostok? Is there somebody very well known, a trendsetter?
Not so much a trendsetter, but if you want help or advice, it's an owner of he owns a couple of nightclubs. He owns a big American restaurant called Syndicate, which I've actually got a lot of business through. I get in contact with him if I need help with anything.
What's his name?
Eugene. Surname I don't know. I just call him Eugene.
Is he Russian?
Yes. He's a very influential man in the area. but that's because he has started from nothing. His knowledge, he knows a lot. And if there is anything that's coming out, drink-wise or service-wise, he will know about it and he'll be able to direct you in the right place, right person. If you need help, he will show you if needs be.
His name is Yevgeny.
I call him Eugen. So
Eugen.
Yeah, Evgeny.
All right, okay. What else? Is there a good bar in Vladivostok?
You've got the kind of European influence as the street bar, which has been bar of the year last year, the year before. And I believe it's
Bar of the year according to what?
according to there's hang on, let me see if I can find it. There's like a membership club you join where you get discount in the bars, all the bars in the area. They also judge sort of the service, the compliments, the complaints, the quality. They judged it, and it's been bar of the year according to them.
So Vladivostok is very much service orientated.
Yes.
Is that because of Chinese and Japanese influence?
I would assume so, yes. But it's also a very developing city. Like, if you go there today and you have 3 months away, when you come back in 3 months, it would change. Like, the city centre itself is actually moving. They're building a bridge across the Golden Horn Bay. They're building a bridge across that which links the two parts of Vladivostok, which means the city centre will move from where it is to actually on an island, which a lot of the local restaurants, the cafes, the bars are preparing for. And that's next year the bridge should be open, and they're all preparing for that. So yeah.
Do you feel sometimes that it's not Russia? Or is different from the rest of Russia?
It's completely different from the rest of Russia. There's sometimes you'll sit in a bar or you'll be serving in a bar, training in a bar, and you know this is definitely Russia. This is Soviet Russia. And then there's other places you'll go and you think you're on holiday, you think you're miles away.
Okay. Great. What else? Is there an association in Vladivostok?
Not that I'm aware of. That's something I have been inquiring about for a while. One of my greatest sources of knowledge that I've gained, people I've known, has been through associations, networking. There isn't that going on in Vladivostok.
Okay.
The bartenders know who one person is in another bar, but they don't have an association where they can go to or they can contact. They don't have a networking facility set up yet.
Bartenders in Vladivostok, are they keen on learning and studying?
It's very much a student's city. So the bartenders there are already studying, and you know that they're not going to be there for much longer. I think the longest serving bartender I've trained there has been there for 2 years, and he was going to move on. He was going to go travelling. You're looking at the staff turnover is quite high for the bars there, because it is a student town. But the ones which I do on my training program, my training isn't exactly cheap. So they are ones which have proven themselves and they are looking to stay in the industry.
Great. Excellent. Well, Peter, I think I have enough material